Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the range. Tom here, and today it is the monthly giveaway. The winner is the Weekend Warrior, and he is getting this 1932 pickup custom. Oh, yeah, I can't wait to get started on this, so let's head on down to the range and let's get started. You know, this is a Matchbox moving parts 32 Ford pickup. I've done one in the past. You know, I almost did exactly similar to what I did the other one, just a little bit of difference to it. You know, I love this casting. I love this style of pickup truck. The only thing I had difficulty figuring out is what I wanted to do with it. Because I thought about making it a rat rod. I thought about making it a monster truck, a four-wheel drive truck. You know, a classic hot rod. You know, there's just so many ideas that I had going through my head that I couldn't really figure out what I wanted to do with it. The one thing I did know that I wanted to do with it, I wanted to cut off the front, and I was wanting to put a big old motor in it. And that was the one thing I knew for a fact that I wanted to do. You know, I didn't know exactly what all I was going to do at this point, so, you know, you might see bits and pieces of certain builds and stuff just laying around. It was just one of those customs that, you know, it stumped me. Like, because I literally sat and thought about it for a good hour trying to figure out what all I wanted to do with this thing. And the Weekend Warrior has been one of my subscribers for a while now, and you know, I wanted to give him something cool. Something that, you know, I would keep if I got it. And he's lucky he's getting this because the final result, man, I was looking at it and I was like, he might not even get it. But I found this engine in this dragster that, you know, I just had laying around. I didn't know what I was going to do with it or anything like that. And it fit exactly the way I was hoping it would. It fit perfectly, you know, with the base and the interior portion of it. I just had to trim a little bit of it, and it fit perfectly on the outside of the actual casting. The only thing I had to do was cut off the front fenders at the time to get the engine to, you know, fit properly. And this was like a fun, quick, easy build. You know, I gave it my little twist to it. It looks cool as can be. And I was really happy with the way this turned out. And Weekend Warrior, you know, bud, if you got me on Instagram, hit me up so I can get this sucker sent out to you at the beginning of the month with all the other stuff I got to send out. I had to trim a little bit of this engine up to get it to fit with the front grille on and everything else. And, you know, this video is actually coming out a lot quicker than I was expecting. You know, because I started it first thing this morning. Well, actually, it was more like the afternoon was when I started it. So it was only probably about, been working on it for about 10 hours total, give or take. And it's just once that idea hit me, I knew what I needed to do. I knew what I wanted to do. You know, I knew what would look good, what wouldn't. And the one thing is, you know, I started researching pictures of 32 Fords and colors and, you know, what colors that that people painted them. And this is the dragster I took the engine off. But that was a quick thing. You know, I trimmed up the front grill portion because it had this little lip on it. And in order to get my engine to actually sit in there, I had to cut that lip off. It had a bottom one too, but that one fit in its slot, so I glued it down, and the engine fit like remarkably perfect in between the cab and the front grille. And it's just like, it looked cool as can be. It's just something you wouldn't see a 32 Ford with this big old engine in it. And I love it. You know, I was looking at it, I was like, man, I almost don't want to give it up. because it turned out a lot better than I was expecting it was going to. And the hardest part was, like I said, trying to figure out what all I wanted to do to it. I didn't know what kind of tires, I didn't know what kind of paint job I was going to go with, or anything at this point. And, you know, I seen this particular picture of a 32 Ford. I ain't going to tell you the color, you're just going to have to wait till towards the end to see it, because it shows me putting on decals. But it just kind of popped out at me. I was like, you know what? I haven't done a custom in that color in a while, so I might as well go ahead and do it. A lot of this video is just me mocking up and trimming and filing and, you know, that kind of stuff. It really wasn't that difficult to actually kind of follow along where I was going with it. And I'm talking about me following along, because I knew I was wanting to cut the bed out, you know, because I was going to put another bed down with some styrene later on. And, you know, I knew I wanted to do something, like, different. And the thing I forgot, and I'll explain this here in a little bit, but I forgot something that I had to, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I screwed up. But not in a bad, you know, had to restart all over and, you know, do it all over again or anything like that. No, nothing like that. It's just something I forgot to do, or something I didn't think about right before final assembly. But it's okay. Not a problem, not a big deal. You know, I was able to fix the problem and it still worked. So I had no issues with it. And it still looks cool. It really does. You know, like I said, I love working on any kind of trucks. You know, I really do. I like making trucks look cooler. And, you know, like the 73 pickup I did previously. And, you know, I just kind of wanted to get this out there, because I honestly wasn't even for sure if I was going to have a monthly giveaway winner this month. Because I just could not think of anybody right off the top of my head till I started looking at my subscribers list. And I was like, wait a minute, this guy hasn't got one, this guy hasn't got one, this one, you know, just going down the list. And I was like, you know what? I am going to do a monthly giveaway. It's getting close to the end of the month. I still got the 4 horsemen build to do. And I wanted to knock this one out as quickly as possible. And I'm very stoked about this one. And I hope the Weekend Warrior really likes it, because it was, trust me, if you don't want it, I'll take it. I'll keep it. But, you know, like I said, there was a lot of filing, a lot of mocking up, a lot of test fitting. And, you know, I had this bumper I got from something. I can't remember what it was that I ended up putting on here. And, you know, here I am test fitting some, because I thought about going like a classic hot rod, you know, with these wheels, which I might end up using these wheels for another build. Because, you know, these would be actually some good wheels to do like on a roadster, or on a kind of like a tail dragger or something like that. So I might use these for a future build and, you know, do like a blacked out car or something. I don't know yet. But I think it'd look really cool. But they just weren't fitting the style that I was going with this car. You know, and like I said, I'm just test fitting right now. I'm just kind of, you know, don't really know for a fact of where I'm going with it. You know, I stripped it down, cleaned it up, you know. I thought about it for a minute, and the last 32 Ford that I did, I had a lot of comments going, you know, why didn't you cut or make a back window for it? You know, so I'm like rattling on in my head at this time. I'm like, you know, I'm thinking, I'm like, I'm going to be probably putting a rear window in there. I have some clear plastic I can use for the window. So I might as well go ahead and put a rear window in this when it comes time. I'm trying to smooth everything out, trying to get it to where it's not like fraying everywhere, and smoothing it out, sanding it down, trying to get it to where it looks like smooth. I added a gas tank to the front of it. It was off of a big rig that I had that, I just used the other one for the rat rod build, so I thought I'd use this one for this build. And no, it's not going to end up a rat rod, because trust me, I thought about dropping the top or chopping the top like I did the last time, but I didn't want to this time around. I wanted to just keep it stock, like the body and everything, except for the front and stuff like that, and just use what I had. And it was, like I said, it was just a lot of things just running in my head what I wanted to do to it. And when I first started painting it, like the way it was coming out, it was actually coming out pretty cool, because I was using a certain base color, but it wasn't covering like I was wanting it to, like I was hoping it would. So I had to start all over. But right now what I'm doing here is I'm cutting off the rear posts, because I didn't use either one of the posts, so I didn't even tap them or drill them out or anything, so I didn't even use them. And I'm just wanting to get rid of that, because the way I was going to do it, I was going to put some like roll bars on the back. First, like I said, I thought I was going to do probably like a dragster style. I had so many ideas that I wanted to do to it that it just wasn't going. I got this styrene, I cut it to size for the bed, and I ended up liking this thing better, liking the way I'm doing it now better, because it looks cleaner, it looks like it should, in my perspective. I just there's just some things to it that I wanted to do that I didn't do, that I might do on another truck build or something like that, because I have a Pikes Peak truck that I might do something with, make it like because it's already slammed down to the ground, so I won't even do that. I thought about doing an off-road style truck, but I really am not comfortable with the certain how do I say it, ways to do like off-road suspension, because I can't really find one that I particularly like that I think functions really well. So I'm kind of holding off on doing an off-road truck, and I might do something later on. I don't know exactly just yet, because we got the 4-horseman build, which is the Volkswagen Beetle. Theme is surfing. I already got everything set up for that. I haven't got a paint scheme yet, because I got to go get some, certain paint and try something. I'm going to try to do some like decals or some fancy paint schemes or something. I don't know yet. It just depends on what all I'm planning on doing. But I'm going to try to go like old school 60s or something like that with some colors in that area. Because I already got something like accessories that I'm going to put with it. And I know we ain't got much longer. We got the tow truck build coming up beginning of the June. I've been challenged to a Back to the Future build with a 76 Greenwood Corvette, so I got to find that casting. And yeah, I'm actually going to be looking forward to that one. It's not due till the 24th of June, so I got time for that one. Got time to find it and everything. Hopefully I can find one. I don't know yet. It's just my Walmart's been kind of sluggish or kind of behind on their stocking of their Hot Wheels. So it's been really hard, and I haven't even been able to find any of the newer castings. Like the new Silverados, haven't been able to find any of those. The tuned Silverados, haven't found any of those. It's just like they're avoiding me for some reason. Because I want to get some of those new Silverados, because I want to do some, I got some decals that I want to put on one and stuff like that. You know, you see here that the bed that I did worked out perfectly. It looks good. It sits in there fine. It's easy to get in and out. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out on that one. So, it just, I don't know. It just made me really happy just looking at it. You know, I got the rear bumper. I put it on upside down, so I flipped it around later on. You know, here's where I'm getting ready to punch out the holes, drill the holes for making the back window. And it gets kind of boring, I know. You know, I like talking about certain builds and future builds and stuff that I got coming up. You know, we got, there's other builders putting off other types of builds, but I haven't really got into those because I didn't have like notifications set or something like that. You know, I guess I'm just kind of winging it with certain builds and just trying things out. I know I've been knocking the heck out of videos, and you know, I'm really just trying to do what I can and make them look good. You know, I still got plenty of like wheels I can use. I got plenty of cars I can use that I haven't even touched yet. I got some movie car builds that I don't know. I'm just kind of dumbfounded right now with them, so I haven't really quite figured out how I'm going to do them or when I'm going to do them, because I got a Camaro Super Sport like the Bumblebee movie and the Transformers 4. I'm going to try to do the Camaro like that. I got a Jeep that I'm going to make into the Bumblebee Jeep. I got to get a new Beetle, the same year Beetle as the one in the movie Bumblebee, because mine got smashed somehow. I don't know how, but it is demolished. So I'm going to try to find another Beetle about the same year and create the Bumblebee series. Like, I'm going to do it all in one video. I'm going to do even the Camaro Bumblebee. The 2017, I think, is what it was, or 2012 or something. But I'm going to be doing that Camaro along with, you know, the other ones. So I'm literally going to be making every single Bumblebee car. You know, I also got the car for the American Graffiti. I'm still trying to debate what I'm going to do with that, because I got to find an engine similar. Got to find wheels that would look good with it that are similar. I got the 58 Impala I still got to do. It's just been sitting there. And I'm going to be doing once I get another casting of the ZZ Top car, I'm going to be doing 2 ZZ Top cars. One for myself, one for my dad, because we're both ZZ Top fans. And I got the decals already. I just got to get the other casting and get it going. And I'm just giving you guys a heads up of what to expect from Caliber 50 Customs here in the near future. You know, these wheels that I'm actually using for this build, I got from Full Customs Garage as a gift in one of in Jay's Diecast Creations pink slip thing. When I got like all my winnings, some of the wheels came with them, and you know, I really like these wheels. And these, like I said, I could not figure out what kind of wheels I wanted to go with this thing. But then I finally figured it out. I used these. They were already blacked out, so I ended up painting them chrome. And I'm glad I did, because they look amazing. You know, I'm still doing, like, you know, filing down, making sure everything's going to work. Because I cut the rear fenders off to make it a little thinner, as you see. And it kind of lines up along with the bed, and that's what I like. You know, I'm kind of getting an idea of where I'm going to be cutting for the axle tubes. I'm using some little wires to cut as a mock-up for when I actually put the axle tubes in. Because, you know, I wanted to get that taken care of before I got it all together, you know, and did what I had to do. You know, because I put my own axles on it straight through, and these tires looked amazing with this casting. And the paint scheme I went, I had these decals sitting around, and I don't know for a fact if these decals have to go with a certain color or not. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in a few minutes about what I'm talking about, because I decided to go Moon Eyes theme. And most of the Moon Eyes cars that I've seen were always yellow. And I wasn't for sure if that had to be the color. But when I was looking at the 32 Ford pictures, I seen a yellow one, and I was like, you know what? That actually looks pretty cool. So I went with a Plymouth yellow from Createx. I think that's the name of it. I'm not for sure. And I painted it all yellow from, and the interior portion I had to do in parts. Like I had to paint one part of it, and then I had to paint another part of it, tape it off, paint another part of it. And what I should have done, instead of gluing the doors in, because since I cut the front, I couldn't use the little spring thing for the doors. And plus, with the exhaust in the way, the doors wouldn't be able to open anyway. What I should have done was just paint the doors separate, because I wasn't able to get the windows or the windscreen back in, the windshield in the casting. So I had to make my own windscreens, my own windows for the back and the front. And you don't see me doing that because it's, I did it off camera, but I ended up having to do that, which actually was not a problem. Like I said, I had some clear plastic laying around, and I knocked that out really quick. I'm taking everything apart because I'm getting ready to get it prepped for paint. I'm making sure everything's together. I'm taking the tires off the rims so I can paint them, because I didn't want to try to mask them off or nothing, because these wheels didn't come with tires, so I had to find tires for them. So luckily enough, I had some already. And here's what I'm talking about. Like, I had all these Moon Eyes decals and stuff. I'm using my micro set and putting them on. I love how they're looking. They perfect with this yellow. And I think these decals were on clear toner paper because, they literally stood out like crazy on the truck. And I was really happy with how it turned out. Everything looks cool. You can tell it's a Moon Eyes. And it's just like, I've never done the Moon Eyes decals before, so I wasn't really for sure how it was gonna do. And it just, like, this yellow just made them pop a lot better. And I think that's why yellow with black lettering, it's always a good combination. And, I'm trying certain decals, and you see me put eyeballs on, which I honestly ended up taking those off because I couldn't find another one that I had laying around. But I ended up painting the interior off camera, and, we'll see what happens. This is what we started off with. 1932 Ford pickup truck, great casting, great little truck. Of course, I put my own little Caliber 50 Customs twist onto it. And Weekend Warrior, brother, I hope you enjoy. So, let's check out the final results. And I'll see you next time at the range.